Hello, my name is Benedicta and you're welcome to Family Life on Adwa TV. You can also watch us on Facebook at Adwa TV Ghana. Now this program is brought to you by the Men's Fellowship of the Anglican Diocese of Accra. Remember that here on Family Life, the family is our priority. Thank you so much for tuning in to make time with us again this week. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Five 020 9494 258 or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork Premises. Adwa TV, bringing good things to life.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. This is Family Life on Adwa TV. My name is Benedicta. Today on the show we are going to talk on how to practice forgiveness. And my guest, Evangelist Patrick Tego, is here to counsel us on how to do that. Evangelist Patrick Tego is the director at Power of Creative Textile Enterprise. He is also the CEO of Purity Flag Foundation. Patrick, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, how is everyone at Power of Creative Textile?
Grace is keeping all of us.
We thank God. And the school, how far?
The same grace is keeping us.
All right. And with Purity too?
We are still running, trusting God for better grace ahead.
We thank God. We hope the coming year will bring greater things.
Sure, that is our expectation.
Patrick, today we are looking at forgiveness. We all do step on toes, but then why is forgiveness so important in marriage?
All right, my greetings to our cherished viewers. Forgiveness is very important. It's one of the major things we need in the life of every human being. Without the power of forgiveness, we are heading towards nowhere. It has been a major problem within friendship, in our marriages, in our schools, organizations, institutions, and even in our churches. And it is one of the most dangerous weapons. If care is not taken, it can plague down the entire generation. And so we need to watch it very carefully. It's very important, and we need to work at it so that we'll get at the best of it.
Okay. So from what you said, can one say it is okay if maybe you don't feel like forgiving?
It is not okay for me. By the grace of God in the ministry that I run, I've experienced a lot of issues when it comes to the area of forgiveness. And I can tell you the weapons and the dangers ahead of it when people refuse to forgive, the kind of pain and then anguish that it may bring the lives of other people. This thing can move on from one generation to another if care is not taken, because the current generation might be going through a lot of challenges as a result of what their predecessors refused to do rightly. And so once we teach ourselves to forgive, to love, and to encourage one another, I believe we are working not just for ourselves, but we're also looking up to the next generation that will be coming. So we can't take it lightly. It's something that needs to be taken seriously, especially in the house of God, in our families.
Okay. And Patrick, I'm happy you mentioned teach. It means it's something that we learn, or it just comes like that? Is it natural?
Forgiveness is not natural. There are many people who are hurting and they are in pain because nobody have taught them the essence of what they are going through and the reason why they hold such harbor within them. So I believe that in everything in life, somebody ought to teach you and guide you. Above all these teachings, with the help of the Holy Spirit, I still believe that better things will come out of you. So we need to get the right teachings just to let go of the past and carry on with the future.
Okay, and you also mentioned grace.
Yeah, without the grace that is talking about the help of God, there is nothing we can do on our own accord. Sometimes it takes the power of God to help you to understand some of these things and just let go. When you look at the pain that you are going through and then the struggle you are having through the power of unforgiveness, people sometimes even vow and take oath never ever in their life to release or forgive somebody who have hurt them or caused them great pain. So this is the area where we need to be dependent on the power of God, that the Spirit of God himself will come, touch their hearts, and then minister to them, that they may be able to let go of the past.
But Rachel, it looks like it depends on something that you experience before you can say, oh, I'll not forgive.
Yeah, but forgiveness is not a joke. It is not child's play. I believe it's a serious subject that needs to be treated with all respect and dignity. I have seen many people today who are hurting and they still live in their past as a result of unforgiveness. People are having issues with their parents, people are having issues with their friends and family members, their loved ones, and a whole lot of junk issues. And there are people there as I speak right now who are hurting for the past 10, 20 years in their life as a result of unforgiveness. Because this thing can plague you down, this thing can block the future from you. You might be at a distance with the future, but the power of unforgiveness can hold you back. Success may be around you, but as a result of unforgiveness, you will still be in lack and pain. And so we need to be very mindful of the way we handle some of these things, because some of the things that the people go through and they refuse to forgive, should they share their stories with you, with your emotions and then your human flesh, you will begin to agree with them not to let go of the past. But the second question is, once you hold the power of unforgiveness within you, it's like a toxic, a poisonous substance that you have released within your system. It begins to eat you up, it begins to destroy you. It takes away your joy, your inner peace of mind, your love, your care, your attention for other people. Unforgiveness can silence them and put all of them into hibernation. And that is where there is no growth in every area of your life, because you have come to a point and you want to be by yourself, live by yourself as a result of what you went through. If the healing doesn't come quickly, and then probably I cause you in a big pain as a result of me being in a relationship with you, and then I refuse to marry you at the end, and then this pain is there. Should another man come your way and you see glimpses of the things I did to you in the past, you will call yourself back and you will say to yourself, I have experienced these things some years back. This time around, I'm not going to let go. And that is where people harbor a lot of pain in their hearts and they will not let go. At the end of the day, remember that you're also killing yourself gradually. It's step by step. It's not automatic. So we should be mindful.
But Patrick, sometimes you think, oh, I've forgiven this person. But then later, something happens and then you realize the pain is still there.
Yeah, but then the pain might be there because of the process that was taken. I believe that in life, everything has to go through a process. Nothing is automatic. And so, even the food we eat, our parents have to go through some kind of processes to get us the food that we are eating. As a student, you go through some processes before you get to your final destination to write your final exams. People who are courting and dating are going through a process, courting, dateship, before finally the marriage comes on. So also I believe is forgiveness. It is not automatic for you to hurt me and then you just sit in front of me, say, I'm sorry, now just let go. Sometimes I have to go through the stages. There should be somebody there who should be able to talk to me, explain some of these things to me, calm me down, let my nerves and my heart and everything that I've risen begin to calm down. Once I understand some of this process and I begin to go through gradually, then a time may come where this pain and then this bitterness within you will just walk out of you. Because when you do instant forgiveness, sometimes it's just like telling the person, you don't worry, I'm pretending I've forgiven you, but I'll come back to you again. So it's like putting icing on the cake. Once a while, the thing will just melt away and the real issue still remains. So this thing should be well handled. People should take time in handling the power of forgiveness. Once you let go peacefully, there are signals and signs that will come out that we can all tell that truly you are forgiven. It's very simple to tell. Yeah.
So Barashik, when can one truly say that, oh, I've forgiven?
When I forgive people, number one, when I know that I find some kind of fulfillment in my heart. There is this kind of joy and excitement in my heart. Personally, I know that the pain that used to be there is no more. That means the pain has been lifted, the forgiveness has been granted, and so I am free automatically. Then the other party also, seeing these signals within you, can tell that truly I'm also forgiven, and I can also have my peace of mind. But where you say I have forgiven, and then probably the person passes by, and then you see the person, and your heart beats, begins to change and everything, it's a signal that, listen, you are still holding on to the past. It's not yet gone. Probably I respected the people that accompany you to plead for the forgiveness, but the pain is still within me. Somebody can put it in a phrase like this: I may forgive, but I may not forget. Yeah. And these are worldly talks. As a true Christian, a true believer, a lover of Jesus Christ, I believe that once you said, I have forgiven, then the forgiveness is total and nothing else is coming back again. But the worldly people will tell you, I have forgiven, but I can't forget. How can I forgive without forgetting? Then it's better still to hold the pain within me again. So I have forgiven, but I can't forget. I can't get it. Once you forgive, you must forget. Once it is forgiven, you have to forget about it. So one of the major signs also to watch around, especially when we are living as couples, and then my partner should cause me great pain by actions or his actions in what have you, and then out of everything I just bawl. I say, listen, I am sorry for what I did. And then the person says, I'm okay, let's ride on. Within 3 months, we are having a discussion, then something pop up. Then my partner quotes me back. You did this thing 3 months ago, and you think I have forgotten, and you are still doing it again. That alone is a great sign to know that the forgiveness that was granted to you 3 months ago was a pretentious one. It wasn't real. It wasn't genuine. Anything I have forgiven, I should totally forget about it.
What do you mean erase it?
Erase it. It is not there. It doesn't exist. It's like a class 1 child in class using pencil to write something wrong, the thing was not correct, then use the eraser or the gum, whatever you call it, just wipe the thing off and then put the right thing over there. So if the first one I wrote, I am telling the teacher indirectly, it doesn't exist. Look at the current one that I've put in over there, mark it for me. That is where we need to train ourselves, and we should learn from the very foundation, the basis of everything. Because when we are courting, when we are friends, when we are in families, when we are in so many organizations and institutions and we become friends, we should remember that once we zoom into friendship, these things are possibly there to happen. So let's train ourselves. Let's teach ourselves. Should it come my way, what should I do to overcome it? Quickly, when we use our computers and everything, and there is this thing we call virus. And then those who molded the machine and everything and the softwares and everything knew along the line something called virus will come, which is going to cause you great pain on your machine. So they move ahead of time to prepare something called antivirus. That means should the virus come, we have something to take care of it. Simple calculation. So I am human. I am married. I knew a time will come I may have issues with my partner. So I should cushion myself, encourage myself, be vexed in the power of forgiveness, that should this thing happen, this is what I will do. Train yourself with it. A footballer getting to the pitch hasn't made the opener, but they do their own training. Should I get there, these are the things I'll do. Should they score us, this is what we will do. Everybody has their master plan. So we should always have a backup. This relationship is going to be smooth 100%. No, we are human, born from different world, different environment, trained by different parents, live in a different environment. Our lifestyle, our attitudes, the friends we choose and move with, they are all different people. Then we choose to come and stay together for the rest of our life. Automatically, we will have some issues. So when I understand some of these things at the back of my head, then I know this is somebody I claim I love, I cherish, I respect. Should the person cause me great pain, why can't I forgive? Especially when you are a child of God. And you move to church on Thursdays, on Sundays, and other days, and then pray to your God, asking for forgiveness. In spite of the mess, the wickedness that you possess as a Christian, your God is still able to forgive and to forget. He does not remember you again. That, listen, 5 years ago you did this, 10 years ago you did that. God is giving you an example. I created you. I know you better than you do yourself. I know you are going to make errors. So I made substitutions in the Bible. That, listen, once you confess your sins openly, I am God. I will forgive you. And then the scripture says, your sins I will remember no more. Your sins I will remember no more. This is God speaking. So we should learn from the example of our Father. He created us and knows us better. So once he has the power to forgive me, why can't I also do likewise to my friends and my lovely ones as well? So we should follow that example. Have it at the back of your head. It's not going to be easy, but we are going to work at it and we will know we will get there.
So we should apply that even if the thing keeps recurring.
Yeah, one apostle asked the Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother when they sin against me? The man was like 70 times 7. Indirectly, what the man was trying to tell him is, listen, When somebody hurt you today, forgive them. Should they hurt you tomorrow, forgive them. Should they hurt you tomorrow next, forgive them. It's a lifestyle. It's a practice that you need to hold on. It's like you eat in the morning, you eat in the afternoon, and in the evening. It's a lifestyle. You can't do without it. So let's go of it quickly and carry on with your life. When I forgive you of the pain and you caused me, the simple question is, maybe I should learn from the past. The very thing that occurred for the pain to come, I have to block it. Never ever to allow that thing to repeat itself again. That is how matured we should be. And then we carry on. Maybe when we were friends, we were talking about unnecessary things. We were talking about other people. We were not focused on our future. So all the time we engage ourselves into fight and other things. This time around, let's look at something that is very sensitive, that is very important to our own lives. And let's discuss about it. And then we can carry on. But when I walk with you and I discover the problem that brought about the chaos, wisdom should tell me, work at it, stop it, and then carry on with your friendship. So should you raise such a topic again, I may tell you, with all due respect, change the topic. I wouldn't want us to get there to bring back the memories of the past, and then you repeat the same mistake again. So better still, let's go. Okay. And change the topic.
Okay. So Baratrick, if I get you, you forgive. You have to forget as well.
Oh yeah.
But then you learn from what happened, so that it will not happen again. All right.
let me quote this. You know, for forgiveness, I see it in the angle like this. As people who are married, two great lovers came together and they wanted to settle down the rest of their life. These two people, when they have the habit to forgive so quickly, it is an antidote to their marriage, and they will enjoy the marriage irrespective of what happens. Today, I can tell you about 95% of people that live in unhappy marriages all about forgiveness. So if we have two good forgivers who are married, and I slap you today, and I'm not asking anybody to slap his or her partner, but I'm just citing an example, and then you say, I am sorry, just let go, we carry on. Tomorrow you step on my feet and say, oh honey, why did you have to do? Oh, sorry, it wasn't intentional. Then we carry on. When we learn how to let go, let go, let go, let go, by the time you raise your head, you have spent close to 50 years in your marriage and you are still running. People today, I can tell you, are divorcing. The rate of divorce is getting to that level because of the power of unforgiveness. If I can forgive you for what you did, what is the essence of divorce and then all those kind of things? So we need to work at this this kind of forgiveness thing seriously. It's a branch. It's like a tree with so many branches. If we don't stop it from the root, the branches will receive it and then release the fruits. And we should be very careful. Very, very careful.
So, Patrick, if you are in a relationship, you keep forgiving, but then you see that the person keeps increasing what he's been doing or what she's been doing, do you still go on to forgive? Today, maybe you stepped on my toe, I've forgiven you. Tomorrow, you slap me, I forgive you. Should I wait for the worst?
Let me quote you a scripture. I don't know, but I would love to explain it in that dimension. And then probably we can tell exactly what this is about. All I'm saying, forgiveness is forgiveness. God has given us the grace, the power, and the ability to forgive and to let go. We cannot allow some of these things to be there the rest of our life. So let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1 to 3. If we can have the reading in mind.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 10.
Chapter 10.
That is verse 1 to 3.
Verse 1 to 3. Dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savour. So doth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. Verse 2. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Verse 3. Yea also, when he that is a fool walketh by the way, his wisdom faileth him, and he saith to everyone that he is a fool.
Let me pick it somewhere from this very scripture, especially the verse 1, chapter 10, verse 1. It's talking about dead flies can cause a whole lot of perfume to get stink. And so the question I ask myself, a precious bottle of perfume that is so costly, very, very expensive, and people love the fragrance and everything. Just a single house fly who just fall into it, and then the fragrance and everything about the whole thing changes. And so this cost of this perfume, the cost, the value, and everything as a result of just one little house fly can change the entire thing. When you get to the second verse, it says, a little stupidity can cause great wisdom to stink. Just to go down. So put 9 people who are very intelligent and smart together, add one stupid person in their midst, let them hold a conference for 10 minutes and you will see fight. And that alone will tell you one stupid person can turn around everything down. I am asking for forgiveness. I forgave you today. Tomorrow you came back, repeated the same thing. You keep on repeating the same thing. It tells you that the other opponent itself is working in the ways that are not right. When I see a fool, I can tell who is a fool. So the question is, you hurt me today. Tomorrow you come back with the same dimension. There should be a strategic way for me to escape your foolishness so that you will not cause me great pain again, for me not to be able to forgive you again. So when you work with a fool, somebody who keep repeating certain things all the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, automatically you've given yourself a name and you are a fool. Only fools will continue to do the same thing wrong all the time without any intention of change. So somebody caused me great pain. Tomorrow you come back with the same thing. Tomorrow next you come back with the same thing. You have given me a clue. You've given me an idea that you are not a wise person. How then do I handle you? I have to apply greater wisdom to escape some of these things so that I'll be free. So if I engage you every afternoon for lunch, in the process of our lunch, that is where your stupidity can come out. And then you begin to misbehave and do all these crazy things and cause me pain. Later come back and seek for forgiveness. Number 1, I have to apply wisdom. Let me cut the lunch. Once I cut the afternoon lunch, the stupidity and everything will cease, and I'll have my freedom. You also have your freedom. So we should try to escape some of their ways. When they cause you great pain, they cause you great disasters in your heart, let go by acting a different way altogether. Don't keep on doing the same thing, then you will get the same feedback all the time.
So Rachel, what if, let's say, the person full in
quotes
keeps doing it, doesn't want to change, and you decide to leave? Is it justifiable?
I live without pain. I don't live with bitterness in my heart. I am living because I have experienced the life of a fool in my life for the past 10 years. And you are not willing to change, not ready to change. And you are causing so much pain in my life. Listen, when somebody causes me pain, this is where I keep telling people that when it comes to the area of forgiveness, we should be mindful. When you cause me pain, I'm an husband, I'm a preacher man, I am friends to so many people. So the pain that you have caused me, if care is not taken, is going to affect all these lovely people that I am without anything that they've done to me. But as a result of what you have caused me, I am going to release that anger, that bitterness, and that pain upon them. Can you imagine a man going to work, receiving some kind of challenges at his workplaces? Maybe your director comes and then release some harsh words on you. You get fused up and then you are bottled with bitterness and anger and everything. This man, if he is not smart enough to work at himself, at his workplace, before he gets back home, to meet this lovely woman, lovely case that the Lord has blessed you with, as soon as you get back home, then you begin to release this toxic upon the woman who has done nothing, upon your children who are so innocent, as a result of no control. But should I have self-control, know how to manage myself, then I have to shut the door at the office before I get back home. So change your mood and then take a different mood to the house, because they are not the reason for you to be so much bitter and everything. But sometimes we carry these things along. So should I cause you pain? And I can think twice that, hey, this thing that I'm doing to my sister, to my brother, what will happen to his family? What will happen to his friends? What will happen to this people? When you think like this, sometimes you will reason twice before you cause somebody pain. Because some of these people, they do it intentionally. Some do it intentionally. They have planned it, they have strategized it. I will cause you pain, I will cause you pain. They have it, they've nurtured the thing, and the thing has grown within them. And that is why I'm saying that we need greater wisdom. I need to cut the time I spend with you. I need to start giving you some excuses and engage myself in doing other things profitable to my life. Because being with you for a long time is causing me much pain. So wisdom should tell you, divert some ways. I may walk out of your life not with bitterness, but I just want to escape your foolishness. In quotes. Yeah.
It's not easy.
That is why we are here. I understand, and I know, as I'm saying, I'm not going to pretend to you, it is not easy, but we are believing God, trusting God to give us that grace. We study, we get informations like we are receiving over here that will go through us, and we will be able to get there. It's a process. We are moving. As you keep aging, as you keep growing, then your sense of maturity begins to grow with you. So it gets to a point. You check it. You can see this practical example in the life of couples who are married. Couples who just got married maybe 2-3 years. See them. They fight over everything. They fight over everything. Why do you have to put the phone over here? I was expecting 2 fish in my stew, in my soup. Why do you have to give me 1? I am the one who released the chop money. These are, feeble things can cause pain and anguish within couples, and they can keep on doing this thing because they just got married. As they keep practicing forgiveness at that level, by the time they will get to the stage of probably 15-20 years in their marriages, you do the same thing and they refuse to talk. Because now they are used to your style, they are used to your ways, they know the strategy to handle you, so they are not bothered about the things you used to say. So when you see couples who have been there for 40 years, 50 years, they are more experienced compared to the fresh ones that are still coming. And so we need to learn from these people. What is their secret code? What were their ways and their strategies that they were able to handle some of these things? So maturity tells you, I get back to the house, we have this bottle of water over here. That is where it's supposed to be. Everybody in the house know that this is where the bottle of water is supposed to be. You get there and then somebody change the thing, bang, over here. When I get there, I ask a simple question: who did that? Somebody is supposed to, oh, sorry, I did it, and then quickly you position it. But if this thing should turn into a different argument, where that every day I come back, I have to talk about the same thing. Should I get back the following week? I'm not going to talk. Simple wisdom tells me, when you come and they change the position, just pick it and place it over there. Don't ask any question. Automatically, you are resolving the issue. You are holding yourself from grief and from pain, and you are applying wisdom in solving the situation. So it's not everything that we talk. Apply wisdom in so many things, and then you escape it.
And Babatrick, you see, one thing that sometimes we forget, and I'm happy you mentioned it. Sometimes when we go out to our various workplaces, we go through situations, and then, like you said, maturity. It's important that we don't transfer what we have, probably the anger that we feel, to those at home, because it looks like what you are feeling now, you get home because of the anger in you, the least thing someone does, and then you start releasing it on them, and then those at home too, probably they wouldn't know what you went through, and then the person might respond in a way, and then it can lead to something else. Now, talking about this maturity, how can we handle this? Like, oh, I've gone to work, someone has really done something that hurts me. Now I want to make sure I deal with that thing before I go home, but then I'm finding it difficult to let go. How can I deal with this?
I'll read another scripture and then we'll just pick it from there.
Okay.
And then we'll trust God for the rest that will follow. Oh God. So let's do the verse 7. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So
this is a clear understanding of what we are reading over here. Now listen carefully. When I live on this earth, I keep saying that you are living by the existence of somebody. Somebody brought you here. You didn't come here by yourself. I got to this studio by invitation. Without the invitation, there is no way I can come over here. So once I've gotten over here, the rules and regulations that have been set over here, I need to comply with them. This is an organization, an institution owned by somebody, and you need to comply with their rules. If you think you cannot, delete yourself and walk out. God brought you on this earth and expected you to live in a certain way. So I keep asking myself, just with what we just read, he said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Should you understand on this that somebody created me, brought me over here, and I respect such a person so much, and I love such a person so much, every instruction that the person offers me, I have to comply with it. And that is where I can just germinate and bring out all the wisdom that I need on this earth. We are putting something across because fools will not learn and they are not ready to understand anything that is being taught to them. So they keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. For the past 15 years, you keep acting the same way. Automatically, you have designed yourself and given yourself a title. For me, I'm a fool. So I'm not ready to study. I'm not ready to change. I'm going to remain the same way I am until Christ comes. That is your title, a fool. And only a fool will not change his mind. But the wise will do. So when I have these people around me and I'm moving in life, like I keep saying earlier on, I get to a certain place and then somebody calls me pain in my workplace, probably in town, and then you're about to get back home. It is so severe, so annoying. And I know people, when people hurt them and they get bitter and they are vexed, the kind of things they can do, the things they can even damage around, you'll be amazed that, wow. And so you going back home, once you have the fear of God and the knowledge of Christ in you and the love of God in you, automatically there will be a voice in you. The voice of the Lord will be there with you just to calm you down. Somebody begin to insult you just by heart, without anything you've done for the person. You are not reacting, you are silent and you are quiet, and people might think that, are you so weak that you'll be looking at this person to keep on insulting you just like that? Maybe this voice I am talking about keep talking to you, keep ministering to you, that keep calm, don't respond. You know, when the fool talks and then you reply, you've put so much fool and energy into the life of that fool, and they will vibrate like a machine and they will keep doing more. So sometimes your silence is a great weapon to fight people of this nature. So we should be mindful of people that we deal with. When I am leaving back and I'm going home, supposing I'm on my way coming, had a problem with the boat driver or whoever, and I got to this place, the boat driver is gone, I have an assignment over here. Why would I transfer the argument and then the pain I had with the taxi driver or the boat driver to the studio? That is a sign of immaturity. That means that you are not working with your brains, you are not working with your wisdom. This is a different platform altogether. So zip off the pain, close the chapter, open a new chapter for this program, and then run through and go out peacefully. Because the man that caused you pain is gone. You can't bring that pain back to this place and act with it. So when I'm getting back home, I have a lovely family that I love. They've done nothing to me. Somebody caused me pain out there. Quickly, in the process of me going home, I need to start resolving myself. I have a family that I love, a family waiting for me. But you know, when people don't get this understanding, you check men, when they are vexed and bitter at workplaces and other places, when they get back home, and you see these lovely children coming, daddy, 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 the way they can scream at you and push you aside, as if you are the troublemaker in their life. And the wife will just come on board. Honey, why would you have to do such as, oh, if I would Jimmy, baby, nah. And then it's like, where are these bullets and weapons coming from? A wise woman, I am telling you, quickly will discern and know that my husband has experienced a body. So this woman also, who is also matured and understand the things that the husband might be going through, will resolve herself, pick these kids to the room, tell them a nice story, put them to bed, refuse even to talk to the husband, because she knew that the pain probably has overweight the man. So let me give the man some space to go through. Once this thing begins to sink, then he will start reasoning again. Then we can come on board. But when I'm in such pain, in such mood, and you are releasing questions and you are demanding answers, it's like you are triggering the whole thing in me. You are bringing up more furious things in me. So you put me in a vein where I have to do things you wouldn't like. So sometimes we should apply wisdom. So sometimes you hurt somebody. People want to go for forgiveness. They will tell you, let's give ourselves some 2 days or a day, so that the heart of such a person will calm down. But in the moment of the heat, should you get there, you are waiting the situation. So in the moment of that 2 or a day that you are waiting, go to God in prayer. Ask God for forgiveness for yourself, and then pray for the one you have caused that pain, that the Spirit of God also will dwell on such person's heart. As soon as you get there and then you release your words, I trust God something will work out. So we should be able to manage it. You are not the one that caused me the pain. I shouldn't release my vengeance on you. I should be able to handle the thing in a very matured way, and that is the best way we can live at peace with ourselves.
Okay. Patrick, you see, one of the situations that you mentioned, talking about weakness, sometimes people take it that when you forgive easily, then you are weak.
But anybody who forgives is the wisest man or wisest woman on this earth. Keep on repeating the same mistake and let them keep forgiving you all the time. They will be the wisest and you remain to be the fool. I am telling you, anybody who forgives is a wise person, because you are taking advantage of your life. Like I said earlier, when I hold bitterness and grudges and pain within me, the offender might be there, probably enjoying, drinking, eating, having all the fun over there. I will be in my small chamber, holding the pain within me, causing so much pain for myself. So sometimes I am the one who receive more of the pain than even the offender. For them, they've done it, they've gone their way. So once I'm able to work on myself and let go of these things, then I also live at peace with myself. Many people are sick physically today as I sick as a result of unforgiveness. They get to the clinic, they give them medication, they run all the tests, all everything that ought to be checked on them has been crossed. Doctor says we can't find anything wrong with it. I've met one woman in my life before. She had a problem with her husband and she decided not to leave the marriage, and then her decision was, I am going to cause this man great pain. Great pain, so she can cook and add a lot of salt. The following day, if it is not salt, it is pepper. The following day, if it is not pepper, something else. Sometimes you will not even have the pepper, you will not have the salt, you have nothing raw. And the house was full of chaos. So this man also decided, if this is how you are going to live with me as your partner in this house, then probably after work, I'll get a restaurant, a chop, I'll find myself something over the chop and come back home. When the man started eating in town, now the woman has nothing more to do. Then the woman was there and then she was confused and then began to do crazy things. Along the line, she became sick. Doctors checked on her, nothing was happening. All medications and everything that was provided for her, everything was not working. So I had the privilege to meet her. Whilst we were talking, I made mention of the husband's name. Kai, come and see fire. The woman was releasing insults left, right, center. Oh, yeah, Bema, oh, yeah, Bema, wait, Jimmy, for yeah, Bema. I sat down quietly. I gave her space to talk. So finally, I just said to her, Mama, you are sick as a result of this pain. And I began to explain all these points to her. That moment, she understood everything that I was giving to her. She opened up, began to cry, shared some wonderful tears, asked me to lead her to the husband to plead for forgiveness for her stupidity. We did that. 2 days, she recovered. She was on her feet again. So unforgiveness can cause you so many things. You can lose your brains. You can lose so many things in your life. And that is where we should be careful, especially those who have been hurt and caused great pain. If you don't find wisdom in this to let go of the pain, you are causing more harm to yourself than even the offender. I see you at a party grounds, and then recently there was a party, and then two people who were not on good terms, they were friends. And then when they got there, the other partner, the one who caused the pain, was like, came around for the party, they were enjoying. Then the other guy also joined the party. As soon as the guy saw this guy, no, Master, let me walk out of the party ground. So I hold the guys and say, Master, you didn't organize the party. The one who caused you the pain didn't organize the party. The party was organized by somebody, wanted the two of you to have fun and enjoy yourself. Why are you living these nice, delicious meals over here as a result of somebody's stupidity in your life and you want to walk out? Master, feel free, sit down, enjoy your life. When we close, we leave. He looked at me and said, no problem. And then we begin to enjoy. We were leaving and they gave us some takeaway. I said, should you leave and leave the takeaway? You, I know you. Tomorrow by this time, where would you be? So sometimes wisdom should tell you, I shouldn't just flow with the pain, but also try to find some healing for myself. It's difficult, it's painful, but I have to. I get to the clinic, they offer you some pills and medication that are very, very, very bitter. Should I take them or not? It's a choice, you have to. And it's a must. When you take them, your healing is coming. You refuse to take them, then you live with the pain forever. So forgiveness is a choice, but we have to work at it to accept it. Just even if the people do not come to seek for your forgiveness and ask for forgiveness, in your heart you need to forgive them and let go. It's difficult for you, but you have to. You have to. I've handled this subject for far too long and I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. How to practice forgiveness is what we are looking at today, and Evangelist Patrick Tego is here giving us important counseling on how to do that. This is Family Life on Adwa TV. My name is Benedicta. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back. back from the break. This is Family Life on Adwa TV. My name is Benedicta, and Evangelist Patrick Tego is here counseling us on how to practice forgiveness in marriage. Remember, this show is brought to you by the Men's Fellowship of the Anglican Diocese of Accra. Before we went on the break, Evangelist Patrick Tego has talked to us a lot on the importance of forgiveness. Now, if probably you missed a part of it, don't worry, you can go to our Facebook page and watch it at Adwa TV Ghana. And now, Patrick, before we went on the break, you spoke to us on the importance of letting go. Now, we have situations where sometimes probably someone hurt you in the past. Say you were in a relationship and then it's ended, but then you still don't want to talk to that person. Could it be that you still have the pain in you, or you still have feelings for the person?
It's a wonderful question. Matters of the heart, love affairs and love issues needs to be handled very effectively, just like the power of forgiveness. Most of our beautiful love relationships have been poisoned as a result of unforgiveness. Most of our friendship has been poisoned as a result of unforgiveness. And so the beautiful couples, the beautiful friendship you have with people that you cherish, you respect, and you love, as a result of this thing called unforgiveness, you have destroyed the foundation of all these things, and there is no more peace, no more love, no more togetherness. Should I be in a relationship with a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a fiancé, these kind of plantain chips girls and particular girls, you call them? Should I be in a relationship with them? And girls are very... Let's understand this fact. Ladies, women, young girls are very, very emotional.
Women.
All the stages, the women, the young girls, the small girls, the plantain chips girls, the Kelly Willy girls, the Indomie girls, they are all emotional beings.
Someone said men are emotional, but they've been hiding it.
I'm coming. Let me finish my point. So I'm saying that they are very, very emotional. They don't know how to control it sometimes. They just release it, bam, and it's out there. And so when these young girls are going, especially the young girls, only few men will be hurt in relationship, but greater part of them will be these young girls. Because number one, when they zoom into this thing called relationship, they put all their emotions, their hearts, their everything inside the whole thing. They hold nothing back. So when you cause them such pain by disappointing them and then just letting them go, just like that, it's like you have released a poisonous substance in their heart. And they've conditioned themselves. With the pain you have caused me, I will meet another man. So far as I am a young lady, beautiful damsel, I will meet your kind. I will meet your type. I will meet another person called man, just like you. And I will release that poisonous, that pain upon their life. By so doing, I have taken revenge on all the men that did cause me pain in my life. And I keep healing most of these young girls. I say, listen, you are a young girl, beautiful damsel created by God. Should a man disappoint you and leave you the way you least expected, it is painful, but look for somebody who can talk to you. Don't be alone. Once you remain alone and you begin to devise strategies and means to poison all other men's life, probably those men may be the better men that God has designed for you to bring you that respect, that dignity, that peace, that love, and that joy. So we should apply a lot of wisdom. That is why I caution young girls. Should you break a relationship, stay away for at least 6 months to receive some kind of healing. Let the therapy in the relationship come quickly, so that after 6 months you have learned your lessons, you have gained experiences, you have matured yourself, and then when you are about to zoom into another relationship, all these experiences will be a guide so that you will make a better choice for the future. So once you live in an old relationship and somebody drop you without dignity and respect, and I keep charging all these men who proposed to these young girls, the same way you went down on your knees in the middle of the street when cars were coming and blowing their horns because you were madly and stupidly in love, and nothing could change your mind. Your heart is bleeding. The kind of words you can release for this young lady, you were able to take away the heart of this lady, turn it around, and then along the line she accepted to be with you. Some of you may also carry her to restaurants where you can have some nice meals and drinks and stuff. So many fine places. I keep asking myself, courtship and dating is the process where we try to study one another. So maybe we were not compatible. Maybe we were not meant to be together. And we all discovered it and we want to part company. Let this thing be done in a dignity or dignified way. So the question is, the same process I pick you from to give you my love, to show my love, I have to take you through the same process. Let me also invite you back to the same restaurant. Julie Adjoa Mansa, 4 years back, we were courting. I beg you for your love. You gave me your love, and today, by the grace of God, we are there. But now wisdom is glaring onto us that, listen, we are not compatible. We can't do this. You are a woman. You are a vessel. You were created by God. You were taken care of by a family. I have respect for your family, respect for your friends, and respect for yourself. So I brought you here in a dignified way so that we could break this relationship in a very nice way and a respectable way. When we finish, we part company, but we are friends and we are not enemies. So I see you. Hello, how are you doing? How are things going on? Beautiful relationship. And that is what is going to give you more grace to find better people ahead of your life and live happily the rest of your life. But should you do it in a very nasty way? You deceive the person, you know you were not interested, you were chopping their money, taking their gift, taking all things from them, and you knew it at the back of your head that you are not in love, and then just leave them like that. Fine, the pain has been caused, but I still advise these young men, forgive. For the sake of the next relationship that you are going to zoom in. Because if you wear the spectacles of 20 years ago into the new relationship that you are going into, every error you see around that person will be a reflection of the old. And you start treating them the same way you were treated the last time. But genuine love, put the past behind and carry on with the future. So you've been here to one, seek for counseling, seek for advice. Let somebody help you to release the toxic poisons within you and refill you again. Launch yourself out. A better man, a better woman will come your way. Never seek for revenge after a broken relationship. It will not help you.
And Baratrick, if my memory serves me right, in previous episodes, you talked to us on some of the things we are not supposed to do when we are in courtship. Like, if you haven't had any intimacy with the person, if probably you haven't spent so much time going to wash, cook, and do other things, you wouldn't feel so hurt because you haven't wasted
much time. Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it. The only area where some of these girls get the bitterness and everything from, probably their time. Their time. They will tell you, if I have invested this precious time in something else, it could have been. And I keep telling them, with all due respect, I keep telling them, there is nothing called time wasted in a relationship. Whether I was disappointed, I was rejected, I was cut off along the line with all bitterness and with all pain, I keep challenging them all the time that come back, sit down, pick notebook and a pen and begin to write. It was a platform, I believe, that was set by God for you to learn from, to gain some experience. So even if you spend your time with such a person, all the things you went through with it has given you an experience, an edge ahead somebody in life. So the next relationship, you're on the better side to make the right choice. Number two, the greatest of all pain, when they start cooking for you every weekend. Today is Friday. Some of them are watching and they are listening. They pack their bags and everything to work, including all their small luggages and stuff, because they know that after work, I am not going back to Dansoman Road. I am going back to the road to Pukwase to miss the so and so over there. So they go, they spend the whole weekend. When you are not married, you are not supposed to stay with your man. And so those people, when they are caught in and they get so much pain, I keep telling them, check the errors and the mistakes you made by yourself. So when you close Friday, then you pass by the market and then get some foodstuffs and everything, you are going to cook for your boyfriend or your fiancé, not your husband. And then you get there sometimes with your own money. Sometimes with your own money, and then you struggle at the kitchen. You begin to cut your finger with some knives and the sweat and everything. This man come and chop your food and chop you on top as the dessert and everything. So after all this struggle, keep washing for you. Your men can wear, some of these young boys, they can wear boxer shorts for 6 months. They don't wash it, and then it's the duty of this young lady to come around and begin to wash them, iron your shirt for you, do everything like couples for you. But I ask these young girls, who sent you? You brought this problem to yourself, because when you are not married to a man, you don't cook for a man. When you are not married to a man, you don't sleep with a man. When you are not married to a man, you don't sleep in a man's house. When you begin to do these practices, then you are telling yourself, I am legally married, and that's the reason why I'm giving all these assignments. So should they break your heart, for you, the pain, you will feel it. I'm even feeling it for you, because I can look at the sweat and the pain, the beatings, the insult, and this man can come and tell you, Ajwa, and then your little money you have received at your workplace, 50-50 chempe, then you give half to this man. Whereas your mother is at the village, your father is at the village, you have not even taken the pain out of what you have to be giving to them, and you are taking care of this illegal man, a man who doesn't love you, a man who doesn't respect you, a man who doesn't respect womanhood. So they chop you from the top to the middle to the down, everything. Then the day they will tell you, I don't love you again. By the time you get to their house, they have packed all your small luggages waiting for you at the porch. They say, pack them and leave. The insult will come. He will tell you, I don't care. Then you will leave. When you cry, it's good for you to cry. At least cry your stupidity out. Cry your bitterness and your stupidity out. So that the next agenda to the next relationship, you will know that we don't sleep in a man's house when we are not married. We don't cook for a man when we are not married. We don't sleep in a man's house when we are not married. We don't wash for a man when we are not married. Learn your lessons and cut down the pain and the bitterness and the unforgiveness, because a better man is coming your way. I love this topic.
So actually, let's say the person has been lucky, married, and then as they grow, things go on, you get hurt, you want to forgive, but then you see that the person doesn't show any remorse. But how can you find it easy to forgive when the offender doesn't show remorse?
It's very simple. Another problem that leads to these challenges in our relationship, when we are courting and dating, I keep telling people that we are studying ourselves. We are trying to see if this thing can work. That is where we need to be very sensitive to some of these things. So sometimes intentionally you can cause some pain to your partner and then see the reaction as to whether they can forgive quickly or hold on to the pain for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months and carry on. If you mix some of these actions whilst you are courting and then you zoom everything into the relationship and then settle down with it, then you have a problem. Because I knew there are men who are very abusive in their relationship. These men can insult women, can beat them even whilst they are courting. And I tell these young girls, a man beats you when you are not married. A man can insult you with all kind of words when you are not married. All these things are the red lights telling you that, listen, this one is not good for you. Walk out of the relationship and look for a decent man to walk out. The same way with the men also can get a nice, ladies also can get a nice gentleman. The man is a very good person and the woman will be doing all kinds of crazy things. These are the green light telling you that, listen, these things cannot work. So once you begin to study from the very beginning of the relationship, you can tell. And you meet young girls and young guys who are not married. They will tell you, my lady is beautiful, my guy is very handsome, but nakuma hanu dodo. And then and I have done everything for the past 5 years, 3 years, yes, still the heart. Then God is giving you a clue. Maybe you are find remedy to solve this issue with your partner, and the thing is still not working. Then it's a great sign for you to walk out of the relationship. Once you package it and marry it, automatically anything that comes afterwards, then you have to receive it. So check the signals, check the flow of the relationship. If this thing is not connecting well, how then can I stay with a man beater? How can I stay with somebody who can insult me to the level that I lose respect for my own self? So we should work it out there. And anybody also who does anything to it doesn't show remorse, there are 2 ways to deal with them. Number 1, ignore them. Number 2, forgive yourself and carry on.
It's not that simple.
It's very simple. I can easily do that. I've been trained and I'm training you as well to do that. Anybody who doesn't feel remorse, where in terms of when they cause you pain, it's like everything is normal with them. They can sit, they can eat, they can drink, and they work normal. Nothing cares about them. And they've been doing this for not just for a moment, but for more than a year, 2, 3, 4. Ignore them and forgive yourself and carry on with your life. I will not allow the stupidity of another man to cause me great pain. Mother, life is short. I have to enjoy it. Why would I open my gate for fools to enter into my courtyard to take away the little peace of mind that I have? I will not. I will shut the door, forgive myself, encourage myself, and continue with my life. Not everybody will be there to accept your forgiveness. Not everybody. And some of them will also cause you pain and they are not willing to say anything. They are okay with it. They are comfortable with it. And you see them. And that is where your heartbeat begins to change. Forgetting that BP is waiting for you. All kinds of heart diseases and blood diseases, they are all waiting for you. So please, when you know them, who they are, what they are, don't hate them. Ignore them, forgive yourself, and carry on with your life.
So, Patrick, let's say you want to devise your own strategy. So, you say, probably, all right, I'll not be so friendly with you again. Is it okay when you are married?
With your partner?
Yes.
Well, let's work on this. You know, when I am married, the scripture says we are one. The problem where I think most of them engage in some of these areas when they are going through the counseling preparation before their marriage, I think sometimes much time is not taken to talk about some of these issues. Two couples who are in the union together and they love themselves together, and the two of them can easily forgive quickly and carry on, their marriage will last for the rest of their life, because they will not keep any pain. Once you hurt them, maybe a day or two, they wash it out and they carry on and they are moving. They don't even remind you of things you did in the past. You are okay with it. But when you are going through the process of counseling, and I keep telling people, remember that you are not going to marry a saint. Me myself, I'm not a saint, so I'm not expecting to marry a saint. So automatically you should expect in the process of time we'll be hurting one another, not to the point where the bitterness and the pain will become too much for them to handle. But minor issues, for them it will come. But should that be a very aggressive one? I believe that you should still find ways and means to forgive. A woman recently caught their husband in bed with their marital bed with another strange woman. The woman opted for divorce. The man pleaded and pleaded and pleaded and pleaded. And then the woman was like, I'm fed up. I want to work out. By chance, I happened to meet this woman. And I asked her, was it the first time or has this thing been repeating itself? He said, oh, it is the first time, but it is a big revelation for me that this is what my husband has been doing all these years. It was only by grace for me to find out today. So I'm working out. I said, supposing your husband catch you in another man and you pleaded and he is willing to work out and you are also pleading, will you be happy when the man should work out on you? She was quiet for 10 minutes. I said, listen, we all have our weaknesses in life. We have our downfalls in life. That is why the Bible says a man shall leave his father's house and cleave to his wife and stay together as one couple. Indirectly, you are coming into the marriage with negatives and positive. I am also coming into the marriage with negative and positive. So when your weaknesses show, I have to use my strength to overshadow it and work it out for you. Should my weakness also come out, you also have to use your strength to work it on me. We are there to complement each other in the marriage so that we can move on quickly. And I'm saying that when you understand God better and you know God better, it will be easy for you to forgive. Because when you take God out of the equation, it's all about the flesh and emotions. That is where the fight, the bitterness, the anguish, and the pain will start coming on board. So when you bring in the God factor, and somebody can boldly tell you, for Christ's sake, if not for God, I am not willing to forgive. That means they have some respect for the things of God. So the God factor also helps to forgive quickly. As I speak, there are couples who are staying for 5 years and they are not talking to each other. Couples staying for 10 years and they are still not talking to each other. Missing link in the house. And you are training the next generation who happens to be your children. They are watching, they are seeing the movement, they are seeing the action. You are training them to be worst. One day should they get married. They saw parents doing it. They saw it. They were there, life and colored. So we should be mindful when we are exhibiting this kind of unforgiveness, the way we talk, the way we act, the way we pretend, and all those kind of things. Remember that your kids are with you. They are learning from you. Emotionally, psychologically, per what their eyes may see, and everything they know. So one day, they get married, they see these things, and then the brain will feed them into the old memory, telling them that, but you saw mom and dad doing these same things. Why are you worried? Continue. So we should be very careful. Forgiveness is very important. We need it in our generation. Our churches are dying. Our families are dying. Our nation is in great pain. Politicians are not able to forgive. Even ministers of the gospel find it difficult to forgive one another when they err against each other. How much more church folks? Those who claim to be leaders, to be leading us and guiding us. How then can we, the church folks, flow together? So I believe the time has come. We should wake up and do serious work on this thing for call for forgiveness.
How can we develop that spirit?
It's very simple. If you are a friend to me, like I said earlier, let's take it we are friends and we are there and then something happened. Number one, I look in the days of old, the kind of good things you've done for me, the support, the love, the care that you have given unto me and brought me this far. Should this little thing take away all the joy, all the struggles, all the effort and the sacrifices that we have put together? when we begin to reason normally as normal human beings, some of these things will be very easy. And then I am not saying somebody hurt you today, they quickly are forgiving you. Sometimes you analyze the whole thing. Maybe something triggered them to do what they have done. Should I find out the reason of their action, it might also help me to forgive them quickly or not. So when we know the reason why they behave the way they are behaving, and I'm able to get it, Charlie, we are human. As I sit here, people have a lot of issues with me. I have a lot of issues with people. Sometimes I just sit back and I say, listen, I'm human. What be not both? Why are you holding so much pain and bitterness? Charlie, just let go. The year is coming to an end. Christmas is here with us. We are zooming very soon to 2023. Why are you holding on the past? And listen, when you hold on the past, you have prevented the future that is coming to enter into your life. And so you will enter into 2023 with the same features of 2022. Your lifestyle, your character, your attitude, your everything in 2023, but it's still 2022. You have deceived yourself. You have blocked chances. You have stopped yourself from growing in so many ways. And I'm concerned much about my soul. Once the soul in me is happy, I'll be happy in everything that I do on this earth. I wouldn't allow a fool to cause me so much pain whilst they are enjoying and I'm struggling. A young guy dropped a young girl out of relationship for the past 5 years. The young girl has been crying for 3 solid years as a result of that broken relationship. And this guy has moved on, gotten another girlfriend. They are enjoying Kimpiski. They are moving. They are enjoying, swallowing everything they need to swallow, eating everything they need to eat. And you are in your room and you are crying for your late grandmother who died 15 years ago. You are wasting your life and your time. Shake yourself up. You are too beautiful to do such a thing to yourself. Let some healing flow. Let the power of forgiveness grow. Forgive yourself. Work on yourself and rise up again. And I speak to the couples also who are married. The time has come. Let go of the past. Let go. We are too mature to handle on to baby activities. I'm not talking to my wife and I can write a note and place it on the table. My wife should read. I'm on national television. I would have said something right now. Seriously, we need to let go of some of these things. Too mature to handle these things. Too matured. A man recently we had a counseling section with, married with 4 kids, plus the wife. Every day when the man is leaving the house, chop money for the day, 20 Ghana cedis. I have said this in so many places. And now I called the man. I told him, I'm coming to the TV station. I'm going to use your case as a case study. Nobody knows you, but you know yourself. Once I am talking right, you know I'm talking to you. 20 Ghana cedis for the day. 4 beautiful daughters, 1 wife, 5. 20 Ghana. This man gets to work, come back in the evening, and then demanded from the wife, where is my change, my balance? And when we say the people think it's an story, I had a privilege to meet the man and the woman. I said, Uncle, you demanded for balance for 20 Ghana cedis a day for 4 children and 1 wife. Then the man was like, Kroma Eshi. I used some words on the man, honestly speaking. And I counseled him. I prayed for him. And I prayed that the wisdom of God will overshadow the man. As I speak now, he cried, he wept, apologized to the wife. And then, just last week, the woman called. Say, my husband has changed. I said, what is it? He said, my husband living today gave us 100 cedis for the day. You see? So some of these things is not lack. It's a little stupidity. Once we take it out, then wisdom will flow. Yeah. So this woman has been in pain for so many years as a result of the attitude of the husband. But once wisdom set in and the man accepted, the platform changed. So forgiveness is very important. Even in your workplace, there might be workers over here who are not on good terms with each other. And when you are working with somebody in the same institution and the same environment, and you are not on talking terms, do you know what you are doing to the company? You are causing the damage of the company or the institution. You are setting things aside. You are not helping the growth of the company, because for me to gel with you on the same platform, to connect with me on the same committee, to work for the progress of the institution that we are working with, and you are there, you are not talking to me. So I'm coming, and then you turn your back for me. I ask you a question, then one muna. I ask you a question, then what you say. I ask you a question, then you think you are causing pain to an individual, but you are bringing an entire institution down. And so wisdom should come on board. We are not here for ourselves. We are here to raise the company so that we will be paid for us to receive something for our family. When we launch ourselves out there, we can do all those crazy things out there, but not here. Not here. Secretary not talking to the boss. I'm the one paying you, you are not talking to me. Huh? So we should wake up. The bitterness must leave. The anger must leave. Forgiveness must flow like a tap that is opened, so that peace will happen to us. Do you know how many women are grieved? How many men are in pain? How many children are struggling? I have a case right now, still working on it. A young lady Didn't even complete GHS. One day she left the house. She gained a consciousness and then came back to plead with the family that I was once stupid, but forgive me. I have done stupid things as a child, but a little bit matured, 18, 19 years plus now, so forgive me. And then the family members were like, for what you did, there is no way we can have forgiveness for you. So pack your things and leave. They sacked the young lady. The lady went to the uncle, pleaded for forgiveness. The uncle was like, I'm not ready. The father says, I'm not ready. Nobody was willing. She left the house, joined herself to a gang. Today she has 2 children with a strange man. And the family don't even know the man, they don't even know the children, but they knew the girl was existing, they knew the girl was married. Then the grandmother came from US and then she was like, I needed to speak to my granddaughter. One call and the lady said, I'm not coming back. Everybody deserted me from the family. So let me live my life now. Now they are depending on me to work things out and bring back the daughter to them. And I'm going to work on that. So forgiveness is very important. Cause me pain today, I will forgive you, love you, we carry on. Repeat it tomorrow again, I will apply wisdom. Now I begin to escape some of your ways so that peace and sanity will prevail.
I believe that applies to physical abuse as well.
When you are in a relationship and you are being abused physically, apply wisdom. Apply. There is something called separation. My husband wakes up and slaps me, give me a punch, 1, 2, boom, out. And then you are there, or don't. Where your love? Do you know what real love is? Love is where I lift up my fist about to punch, and then I remember the kind of love you share with me by giving yourself to me, the things I enjoyed around you, and I'll hold back. And then you have another strange woman. Why don't you want to punch? Punch now. If you are a man, punch. The man is acting based on love and so many things, and the woman have the mouth to talk. But apply it, don't punch. So abusive relationship, separate yourself. I mean, give yourself some space and go back, nurture yourself, and then work on yourself, and then come back again and see how best it can go.
Okay. So, this scenario that you gave the girl, what if she also decides not to forgive them, even after you talk to her?
Oh, she will forgive. So far as I'm on board, she will forgive. I know the antidote and everything. She will forgive. I know how to work. It's not by might. I trust the Holy Spirit will be a guide to lead us through the process, and then the forgiveness can come. So it's a chain reaction. I know a big family. As I speak now, their great-grandfather had a problem with the next-door neighbor. They couldn't resolve it. The great-grandfather was about to die, held a meeting, explained what happened to them, and even warned them, should any of you forgive them for what they did, my soul and my spirit will torment you the rest of your life. The grandpa is gone. Now the next generation came, also took up the battle. They began to fight, and they were not on good terms. For the past 20 years, this fight has been on. And just last week, one person decided to forgive. Another confusion altogether. So this thing called for forgiveness, I think we need to work on it for a longer period. People are hurting, people are in pain, and you know, people who can't forgive so easily, sometimes they commit suicide. The pain becomes so much to the extent that they can't handle it. Either they will drink a substance or hang themselves, and they just go away. Many of them were so beautiful. You know, come on, let me say this in my local dialect. My people that are watching me, call lebinake eshaikyo titriboyo ohe felfe elagio. Unforgiveness can take away your beauty. The more you forgive, the more you smile, the more your beauty can shine, the more everything about you look powerful. But when you hold the seed of bitterness and unforgiveness, that alone takes away your beauty. You look like something else. They can't give a name to you. You know yourself. I am sick emotionally, I am sick spiritually, I am sick physically, I am sick in all areas of life. Until you let go, you are free. So for me, I choose in the day that at least 30 minutes I have to smile. If there is nothing to smile about, I have to create it for myself and do that smile, because the smiling alone extends the number of years I live on this earth. So why would you allow somebody to poison your life for 5 years and you have locked yourself up and you are not talking to anybody? Change your mind. Give yourself a smile and come back again. Every day smile. When you get to your workplace, smile. It prolongs your life. It takes away your enemies from you. It gives you fresh environment. You can have a good air to breathe and everything, and you are okay with your life.
But Patrick, someone might say it's because you're a man of God. That's why it's so easy for you.
But I'm not speaking from the perspective of being a man of God. I am Brother Patrick. I'm a normal human being. I have blood, water flowing through me. I eat kenke like you eat kenke. I chop rice like you chop rice. Everything you do, I do. When I talk about the God factor, It is like a gift, an experience I've had with the Holy Spirit. And that is why I'm trying to add the God factor to your own, so that your position will be just like my own, and carry on with it. People hurt me, I feel it. Do you think I'm an Egyptian mommy? Huh? I'm not Nyami Dua Timba. I have emotions. People can cause me pain. I feel it. Sometimes I go to bed with tears in my eyes. But quickly I have to resolve it, heal myself quickly, work it out, and come up again. So it is not the fact that you are a man of God that you are speaking. Do you know how many men of God are struggling? The kind of pain and hardship that they are going through. They smile at you during the daytime. In the night, go and check their bed. The way they can weep in their bed and do all crazy things. We are living by grace, but we should apply wisdom. So we should learn. We should learn. I've gotten so much experiences about this thing called forgiveness and stuff. You might not be a friend, but when I see you, hello, hi, it's okay with me. And you can go your way, let me also go my way. So people should practice it, and then we'll just get there. And when you are courting with somebody, learn how to play a lot. Sometimes we are too strict in our relationship, and that is what we transfer into our marriages. Today we have strict men. They get back home, where is my food? They finish eating. Where is my this? They give it to them. They watch television, to bed, ram. The romantic man is gone. The romantic woman is gone. They don't crack jokes, they don't smile, they don't have funny stories. And when you do that, you create a lot of tension in the house. And you give ways for the enemy to invade into your beautiful relationship. So learn to create some smile. Do some things that will bring excitement to you. Have some fun. I am not talking about having fun in terms of sex and other things, but there are simple things you can do for yourself. And that is what makes everybody carry on. So learn to smile a lot. You see your partner begin to smile. I ask this question. I leave the house in the morning. I've seen my family. We've settled whatever scores we have to settle. Because I have a strange encounter with a man. I was in the trotro, and the man was sitting beside me. There was another woman sitting behind us. Then the mate was collecting the money. Then the woman was like, the mate was asking for the fare, and the woman was pointing at the man sitting beside me. He said, that is my husband, he will pay. That day I knew that people were struggling. The man turned around. He said, who is your husband? I gave you chop money this morning before leaving the house. You have taken your money. You meet me in the trotro. You expect me to give you another money to pay for the fare. Madam, I have given you your chop money. Pay for your own fare. And I was like, wow.
What did you say, wow?
Oh, but that is where I spoke about the romantic aspect.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a lot of...
But right, you come to think of it.
Bene, we can do all the mess and the crazy things in our chambers. But in public, we need to respect ourselves. I mean, you have the money. Trot fare. I have given chop money to my wife, so pay for your own.
Yeah, they've calculated.
It's very embarrassing, I'm telling you. Very, very embarrassing. Quickly pay the money. Oh, that's my wife, so I've paid the two of us nicely. That alone was a signal for me that things were not right in their marriage. I'm telling you. So we should be very careful. Forgiveness is very important. We need to work at it. I know you've been in pain. Your case is right. You are justified based on everything. But remember, you are also causing much pain to yourself. You are causing great pain to yourself. Your system, your human physique body is struggling as a result of unforgiveness. Once you see the person who has offended you, your heartbeat, it begins to change. And this thing takes away so many things from you.
So, Rafik, what if you are finding it difficult to forgive? You want to, but then you are finding it difficult.
That is why we are here. I keep saying to people all the time, anything you don't have the willpower to handle it, look for a third party. Don't handle it by yourself. You will mess it up. So maybe you'll be struggling with it for years and you are looking for somebody to be of a guide to help you. I want to, but I just don't know how. Somebody is there to help. Look for a counselor, a pastor, a genuine one. Just narrate your case to them. I trust God. They will be of great help to you. And just let go of this pain. If not, you are in great pain. We had a discussion last week. And we're talking about bitterness and then anger. Bitterness and anger that resides in especially the women. And we are looking at transfers. So when a woman is pregnant with a child, and then the husband is not able to handle this woman correctly, you shout at the woman, you slap the woman, you insult the woman. Indirectly, scientifically it has been proven, When a woman is pregnant, anything that you do against such a woman, she transferred the same information to the baby inside the womb. So the baby also received the same information. So when you are not mindful of some of these things, and then you begin to cause so much pain to your wife, your child may receive the same information, and then you begin to cry. A woman was testifying, I think at the 9th month, when she was getting ready for the labor ward, she did something out of, because of the tension around the pregnancy and everything. The husband got furious, and then just the hand over here, the tip of the hand, the man just hit the pregnant woman over here, just like bang, and the woman screamed. When she gets to the labor ward, and then she delivered, and then they look at the baby's hand, they saw the mark of somebody, like if you see your hand to hit somebody, like they saw the mark over there. And so the doctors were trying to talk to the woman. What happened? She said, oh, my husband gave me. Say, wow. So truly, when we say that, when a woman is pregnant, anything you release to the woman will be transferred to the child. And that is where men need to be very cautious. You do not insult a pregnant woman. You don't treat a pregnant woman anyhow. The baby inside is your package, it's your gift. So whatever you give to the woman, she will give it back to you. And I'll conclude this very question with this. Women are the type that I call them the multiplication women. They are there to multiply everything we give to them. So you give them 10 Ghana cedis, you come back, out of the 10 Ghana cedis, they prepare jollof, they prepare some soup, they do some crazy things with the 10 Ghana, and you begin to wonder, I just gave you 10 Ghana, how come you were able to do all this thing? Because the woman is telling you, me as a woman, anything you offer me, I'll multiply it for you, whether good or bad. So the same way I multiply your money for you, when you give me trouble number 1, I'll give you trouble number 3. When you give me trouble 10, I'll give you trouble 20. They say anything that comes into my life, I'll multiply it, whether good or bad. So the men that live with the women in a nice way, the women keep blessing them, keep multiplying them. We give them sperm and they give us babies. They don't bring back the same sperm. The way women are, if you don't study them, especially having a problem with a woman, when the woman says, I will cause you great pain, go to God in prayer and ask God for forgiveness, and let God touch the heart of that woman to forgive you quickly. Your father can hate you, but should your mother hate you, it's a different story altogether. I am telling you. So don't have any nonsense to play with your women. They will double everything you give to them. Give them wahala, they will give it to you. I will double it for you, and you will know that our name is called women.
Some of them might be taking advantage of what you are saying.
I am telling you facts, and I am not saying, no, it's natural. This is not something you can create. I say women multiply everything that we give to them. Give them love, they will double it for you and give you crazy love. You watch it. A stupid man will work with a nice lady, and then the lady friends can like, but why do you love this stupid young? You don't know the kind of love the man gave to me. What you have given is what the lady is giving back to you. So it's natural. That is why men need to learn from this example that we should treat them very well. Once you treat them well, you will live long. You treat them any other way, you will die before your time. And me, I'm not prepared to leave the earth right now. I have a lot of things to do. So let me follow the principle so that I'll live long. Yeah.
What about the men? Do you triple yours? Or you
the way God created us, we are natural beings. Men are straightforward, they are raw, the raw type and that kind of thing. But the women, they are something else. Something else. If you don't learn from them, I know what I am talking about. I have counseled women from young to old. The things they tell me. So when I met these stupid young guys who tells me I'm going to take Viagra and all those kind of stupid medications and everything to have an affair with a woman because I want to prove to the woman that I'm a man. I look at those men and I keep telling them, you are like babies. You want to prove to a woman through your manhood that you are a man. That's why you are using all these medications. When the woman gets to the labor ward with the doctors and nurses over there, and your baby inside the womb of that woman, that big head child of yours who was coming, and for 3 hours the woman was struggling, do you know how she was able to open up, to expand for the baby to walk out? And you want to use that engine stick thing to prove to the woman that I am a man. Change your mind. Change your mind. The kind of revelation and things I'm receiving about sex, one day should we go there with this topic, people will run. You will see your wife coming at this junction, you will pass the next 2 junctions. We should respect women. I have problem with men who don't respect women. I have a big problem. I am not saying otherwise that men are, there are genuine men. Equally, I demanded of the women also to show respect for these men as well. If not, we are heading nowhere. Yeah.
So Rafik, it's like what you put in is what you get.
Oh yeah.
So we have to be mindful.
A woman is paying a man back today as I speak to you. The man caused this woman some pain close to 15 years. When the thing got worse, it was the turn of the woman. Now family members came on board with a meeting. We want to resolve the issue. The woman went into her room, bring a notebook, and started quoting. 2006, on the 15th, it was 3 p.m. I was wearing a black and white jean stripes. At that time, I was standing here. You passed by from your workplace to my house. When you came over, a bird flew over here. Then I saw a lizard passing by. That was the time you came back from the bedroom and slapped me without any reason. I asked you why, and you lifted your hand again. That day, you were in your black boxer shorts and a white t-shirt. The way she was narrating the thing at the meeting, like a videotape, a tape recorder. She recorded everything. And the man was sitting there and was crying. Ebisuna Payne was asking, is it true? Say, yes, it's true. Women. Now she was caught, and that was only the first one. For 15 years, she has the records. So we should be careful what this thing forgiveness can do. As I sit here, a man has impregnated their own daughter 14 years, JHS2. The man has impregnated the daughter. The mother came around, discovered the child was not correct. They ran a check and the child was pregnant for 3 months. They say, anytime you leave the house, Papa has been sleeping with me. The man never denied. The woman says, I'm divorcing. The child says, I'm going to renounce to you that this day you are no more my father. The man called for attention, seeking for forgiveness. And I keep telling people, some of the pain that you cause people, the forgiveness will come, but the consequences will be there for you. Your wife can forgive you. Your child can forgive you, but the pregnancy is still there. So forgiveness, I believe, is on layers and levels. At this point, what kind of forgiveness do you need? To look at your wife and your daughter. You have impregnated your wife, brought forth a beautiful young girl, impregnated that daughter also. Should that girl bring forth a little baby girl, will you do it again? So this is a level of things we are going through in this world. When we don't teach people the right thing, the errors and the mistakes will keep on moving on. I slapped somebody's daughter I'm not married to. We are just caught and I slap you. How? 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 We should watch some of this because these are the things that triggers some of these things called forgiveness in the lives of many. I'm not married to you and you have already started disciplining me. What happens the day you put your rings on me? So this thing, forgiveness, go back, sit back, watch it again, have a renewed mind, ask questions, and check your life, what this thing on forgiveness can do to you. It's a healing. People don't know. Forgiveness also brings about healing. Once you forgive, you are secured. I spoke of a woman of God some years back on this studio, a woman of God who was having problem with the church members, especially the youth in the church. They were insulting the husband. They were saying all manner of things to the husband who was the pastor of the church. And the woman was like, my husband is a good man. He loves the church. He provides for all of you. How come? She just met this group of caucus girls in the church who were doing the insult. Then the woman vowed never to talk to these young girls again in the church. So they greeted, she would not respond. They come around to the woman, she would never attend to them and everything. One day she got sick and then she got paralyzed. She couldn't walk again. She was in a wheelchair. The prophets were prophesying, they were praying, they were fasting. Nothing was happening. I happened to be invited to the church for a program. So I keep telling people, most of the sicknesses that we are having in town, it's not all about medication. It's not about being demonic. It's about releasing yourself and forgiving yourself, and then the healing will flow. So I pray, and I saw this woman. I said, so for mommy, this is the problem. We took her to the office. I said, Mama, there is a pain within your heart. Once you let that pain go, God will come on board for you. Then she started crying and narrated the incidents to me. At the time I was ministering in the church, the husband has traveled outside the town. Outside the country, and then she said, I'm ever ready to forgive. I'm ever ready to forgive. She burst in tears. We called the leadership of the church. They came around, we prayed. And then I just turned around to go with my Bible. Then she screamed my name. She said, something just entered my knees and I feel like I can walk. So the women have to support her. And she was on her feet instantly. Instantly, as a result of forgiveness. The husband came from the airport. She was the first person to be there. What happened? Say the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a serious thing. It's a whole healing. When you do it and you do it well, there is this kind of joy that sparks around you. Everything around you begin to change for good. It brings excitement to your marriage. Can you imagine a man who hurt the wife and then the wife was able to forgive sincerely, and then the man gets to town, try to get some gifts and all along, and then probably you have been looking for a nice car for all these years, you can't talk to your husband about it, but once the forgiveness set in, the man came around, handed you over a key, telling you that this is a sign of the forgiveness that you gave unto me, so take it. So forgiveness can bring around things you desire for your expectations. Out of forgiveness can come, and we are human. Day in, day out, people will cause you pain. It is your assignment to forgive when they hurt you. Once they forgive, they hurt you, forgive. Once they hurt you, forgive, and carry on with your life. Don't hold back.
Okay. Thank you so much. I've been talking to Evangelist Patrick Tego. He is the CEO of Purity Flag Foundation and the director at Power of Creative Textile Enterprise. Our viewers, thank you so much. I hope you've learned, because I have learned a lot. And probably if you forget something, please do go back to our Facebook page and watch it at Adwa TV Ghana. To my production team, my producers, Anfred, Regina, Brajo, Mamiesi, thank you so much for making this possible. My name is Benedicta, and this has been Family Life on Adwa TV. I'll let Evangelist say hi before we go. Roderick, any message?
Yeah, my message goes for couples who are married. It's Christmas. The season and the atmosphere is changing. All I have for you right now is the power of forgiveness. I don't care what the problem might be. Just let go of the past and carry on the future. Teach your kids how to forgive. Students are there. Workers are there. We employ everybody to allow the power of forgiveness to flow through your veins, so that next year by this time we will maximize our production in everything that we do, and we'll carry on and be a better person. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Patrick Tego. And to you, our viewers, till we meet next week, it's bye.